Okay, so I'll start with Maya, and let's see how to achieve the shapes here, and quickly model this uh, thing. So just look at this one. So we have these things here, and I press R. I scale this, and this is the reference image that I've chosen for my 3D model. And of course, there are many other shapes that we can just go with this one. And if I'm not okay with the model, maybe I can just change the reference image and I can go with another shape. Okay, anything would be fine. And let me just scale it down a little. And here, maybe I can extract and make the shape. So just select this one. Maybe could extract a little bit. Okay, and I can just I'm just making a base meshes here, so I can use the shapes later when I want. So this is fine, and here I can insert few edge loops. So I could select this face and push it a little inside. You can double click this, you can press R and scale it down. So this is just one shape we have done. And there's also another way we could do it. For example, instead of applying or extracting the mesh like this, I can just create another duplicate of the same mesh. Okay, then let me just turn on my wireframe unshaded. So I just keep a separate mesh here, because since it's a hard surface, I prefer to go with this structure. So that will be fine. So now you can add your loops here, and you can just select the mesh and you can push them inwards like this. Okay, similarly the same we can apply here. I can just insert edge loop, I do this, and the same surface, then I could just push them here. I go to my side view to ensure everything matches perfectly. Okay, so since it's a hard surface, this would really help us to go with. And always remember, whenever it's a hard surface modeling, you need to create 2 or 3 double lines, so that the shape would remain the same. So that's good. Fine. Yeah, and I just prefer to add one insert edge loop here to this section. So whatever changes that I do here will not affect the second half of the 3D model. Okay, so that's the thing. And I'll also apply another one here, then, so that now I could select this face and I can just scale it down. I don't want this shape to be altered, so I just did it like this. Okay, let these shapes be here, and and the other thing is, see, these details, there's the decals and all those edges that we could take to ZBrush, and we can extract it there. Okay, so in that way that will be fine. In that way that could make it faster. I will just extract it, and let me select this edge. And I could just move them, move it towards this front side. And let me just select them all, press R a little bit, move it down, and I want to make these shapes a little above. Okay, similarly here. Let me select this edge and press R. So this is the shape we achieved here. And since this is sorry, yeah, since both this three, since the object has to, the head is tilted, we need to tilt this at the end of this 3D model. And look at the bottom section. The bottom section is not visible there, so we're just blocking here. So since the bottom section is not visible, we can make it as our wish. We can just combine all the meshes beneath that, and we can extract. We could bring it down to create any shapes down. And I can just take another cube. I'll bring the cube on top of it. And the most advisable 3D modeling technique would be to use the plane modeling. Okay, that would be really efficient. So rather than this, if you guys prefer to go with a 3D plane model, I'd be happily advise you to go with that idea. So plane modeling would be really a good one rather than a cube modeling, because you can achieve the shape however you wish to achieve it. So that's a good one to start with also. So, and then I can just go my insert edge loop. Okay, I'll just select these faces and shift right click, I extrude them. Come on, man. Then yep, here, and I can just move that and press W and move them down. So similarly, I can just select these two edges. I can press R. Yep. So that's one structure, and I would like to make this an insert edge loop at the middle, so the shape would be preserved. So let me just select this edge and go to my top view, press F. Is it at the center? No, it doesn't seem like it's center. So let me just move it. Okay. And then I select them and make them a little up. So because I want to create an Boolean shape here. So that's one thing. And let me just create a cube again, press R, scale it down, and come over here, press W, hold the V, middle click. So I brought the cubes here. Let me just select these cubes. So select the cubes. So I hope that could do. And let me just know this the way. So just push it down there and here. So I think this would do. Then go to your top view. Enable wireframe on shader, Control D, position it here, and one position it here. Select this one, shift right click and go with your Boolean difference. The same here, G, then go here and find out how it looks like. Okay, the shape looks fine. Now after that, you can shift right click, you can go to your insert edge loop, you can insert one here, You can insert another one shape here. So the shape will be preserved. So that's a cool one. So to save this file, so to file, set project, and let me go to my yep, advanced character modeling. I have my class files set. Now when I click my save, it's take me to my character modeling. I just make it as my bot. Okay, so here we just created this shape. Then similarly we need to create few shapes at the side. Maybe I'll just take another cube. Guys, we're just making a base mesh. So it's up to you guys to make this base mesh. So after creating the base mesh, the detailing part that we can do separately, or in either in Maya or in ZBrush, we can do those detailing parts. So here I just scale it down, and hope you guys have already familiarized with Maya. So I'm working with perspective view. If not, I'll be working in orthographical views. Yeah, so that's fine. We'll be just creating few shapes here and there, so it's okay. Maybe we create few sections. Okay, there's few sections that I could be like, I just made it like this. The shape, I'm just making the basic base mesh, and however we want, we can change it at later part of this modeling section. Okay, and I just go to my top view, I rotate it a little bit. Okay, I'll just position them here. So that's fine. So then we just made this shape here, and look at this shape. We need to we need to just let it be one. We need to cover this one, so let's create one loop here, and one loop here, and one loop here. And here I prefer to select this vertices, and I could just move them a little up. So that'll be fine. Okay, and see the back part is entirely covered, so it's up to us how to handle that part. So and similarly here I just would like to take this part, and maybe I can just that'll be fine for me. And about this part, great. So yep. This is required. So I don't need to stick exactly with the measurements here, because we're just imitating. So you don't need to do everything the same. We're just making the form from this. So after we create the form, the details that we can add in ZBrush or any other software. So let's not worry much about that part. So that's one thing there. And look at this part, press F. Maybe I could just drag it down here. So this will do. Okay, so then similarly, not with this, we can add a few more shapes here and there to make this a perfect one. Maybe you can whatever the shape we are doing here, we can just duplicate and we can keep one more here. Okay, yeah, here they made it like a single shape here. I just created it as a separate shape. And if we wish, we can connect them here. Maybe we can just select this part. We can look at this. We select this part and we can or I could just rotate it here. Okay, so so that would go with this 3D mesh. So this would connect with this 3D mesh here. So that also we could do. It's up to us how we are planning to do. We could do that. So as of now, this is fine with me. And also we need mostly we'll be working on cubes, guys, because so in that way I feel that things are comfort and I can achieve the shape easily. Remember that we are making a base mesh, so keep that in mind ever. You're making a base mesh, so don't try to achieve the detail directly. That won't work in most of the cases. Okay, and let me just double click. Well, I think when I double click I could be able to select the edges. What is wrong here? Control right click and check what is wrong here. To face select border edge tool. Okay, I'm sorry. I can right click and to edge ring utilities, to edge ring. No, I just selected the edges. Maybe you know the classical method of choosing. Yeah, the classical method of, oh my god, yeah, the classical type would be much better. So let me just scale it a little bit up and look at this one. I just select this one. I make it shift right click and that would be fine. And I can add my insert edge loop here, and then I can just select my face, control right click, and two faces, two content face. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not able to do that. Let me just select this. Great, I press R and I come here, I just scale it up a little, so that would be nice. Then let me just select this one and position it here, and to my top view press F and 4. So let me just save the scene, press E, and I can rotate it. So this will do. And now I go there and I need to rotate it back this way, and I would scale it down. So I can position it there. Okay. So this is just one shape we created. Look at that. Maybe I will check with this angle. For yeah, let's look at this angle. Yeah. Similarly, this shape we can achieve by moving this part upper, a little upper. We can achieve that shape there. So let me just double click. So this edges will be selected. Let me just move this, and if you're okay with this, you can just right click and you can go select these areas. Control shift to select all these edges. Then you can just move it up a little, so you can achieve that shape there. Okay, look at that shape you could achieve here. So just move it a little bit, not too much. So that would be fine. So here we created one beige mesh, and maybe I think I need to select this area a little more. Yeah, because I need the job area to be broader, and these details there that we can add later part. Okay, let me just save this file. And if you think that there is something that you can add here in Maya before taking to ZBrush, for example, look at this shape that we created here, because this is a shape that we can easily create in Maya. We don't need to go for other application to create this shape. So I did it here. Similarly, if you think that if there is any detail that you can add it easily in Maya, it's your take. You can do that. You don't need to wait for some other application to do that task for you. Okay, so that's one thing. And this shape here, it's okay, but still we need to create some loops. So if we create some loops, then it'll be fine. So so the later stage we can just pull them out. Look at that. So the shape will remain the same, so that will be fine. And insert edge loop, so that one there, and let me put one loop here, and so, and one here, so the shape will be preserved. Okay, just save the file. Let me just go to my file, increment and save. It's Control Alt S. Maybe I go to my save scene option box. I already gave incremental save option, so when I just click the save button, I think it will be incremented and saved. Look at that. So it's saved in my class file scenes bot1.mb. That is cool. That's really cool. Just open, you can see it's a bot1. Incremental save. Okay, here it is. So I'm working by 6:17 a.m. So here are my files. That's cool. It's really cool. So we created this shape, and that's enough from my side for the face part, the detailing part that we can do it later. So let me just select these three models, and let me go there and hit Control D, and I just put my DV. I position it here at the center of the sorry, I can position it at the center of my DX. So whoa. DX, and I think I'm pushing them here. Yep. So then I go to my channel box, and along my scale X I can hit minus. Oops, and it doesn't work that good. Maybe you can just, yeah, maybe I can hit my Control G. Now they're group. Yeah, now it's fine. Now I can go to my now they're in the group, so that will be fine. And if you like I said, if you're comfortable with adding some loops here and there, please do that. Okay, you're free to make your own decisions. And let me preserve the shape here. I can just add one there, and I can select this. I could just push them at the back. Maybe you can select all these edges, shift double click and shift double click, and yeah, only these front parts I could just scale them down here, and I'll just select this one. I push it to the back a little, not too back, a little will be fine. Okay, and similarly we can just add few insert edge loops at the bottom section. So look at here, I can just double click. I double clicked, then I created this parts. Fine. Then let me just scale it down a little. Down. So that's really cool. And this part, I want this to be a straight one, not like this. I think I did a mistake there. It should not be this, like that. Maybe go to my front view to verify how does it looks like. Yeah. So that's cool. Maybe I could select this, done. Select this and done. So that is fine. So now they're straight. So after this, I think we have created the base mesh for the head. Then after this, I need to create few shapes here at the bottom section, and I need to pull them inside. And anyway, the bottom section, that we need to find out how to make the shape there. So what I do is I just select this part, and I go to my shift right click, and there I have a extract face option box and separate duplicate face, and hit separate. So now I got a separate face. Now select this, now go to your object mode and select again. You can have a separate face there. Okay, I just have a separate one. The question might be why I have a separate one, because this is a hard mesh, so I don't want this hard mesh to be spoiled because of the new shape that I'm creating. So I'll be having a separate shape here. So from the separate shape, you can extract, you can just select, and you can make your shapes. Okay, we can just make it a little. Then from there we can scale it down. You can scale it down the shape, and from there we can create the other shapes or sections. Maybe a shift right click. So from there, let me just go here and make this part a little more small. And again, shift, select this part. So now look at that. Maybe you can expand it and scale it down. So then here we can make a few more shapes. And one thing before we go is that we forget almost, which is let me just rotate this entire part into I need to rotate this entire part. So maybe I can just select this entire part there. Okay, then let me go to my edit. If I have any groups, let me ungroup them all. And now I would like to go to my outliner. So outliner is here. So with all this selected, just hit Ctrl G, and this is my head. I'm sorry guys. Yeah. So here's my head shape, and let me select the head shape and go to and have my center pivot. So maybe I could just rotate it a little bit. That would really do. So before I rotate, I select this shape also, so that I can rotate them. I'm sorry, let me select this one, delete the history. Now I could be able to select them, rotate. Now we're able to select the head and the neck and rotate them. Oh my god, oh my god. So what is wrong with this one? Oh. So delete the history and edit, delete by type, all non-deformation history. And I think now if I could be able to select, oh my god, edit, delete by type, non-deformation history. No, and let me just, so I'm just trying to find out what's the problem down here. Maybe if I select, so since I extracted this object, I think delete the history should work. So delete by type, history, it's done, but Oh my, oh my, oh my. So what's other parameters are inside that we don't know. So maybe I can just duplicate it, and I can select this and I delete. Then maybe I could just put this back. So now this may work. Oh, oh, oh. I need to work. I need to find it also from there. So we can extract it down. So yeah, that's fine. It was early, it was inside a deformation object. So now I select this two, now rotate them down. Look at that, that would do mostly. So yep, the rotation angle a little changed for the geometry here, so we need to work on that too. Okay, so maybe I should have bring this a little more down. Look at this part. Yeah, this part and the side angle, I think I should bring them a little more down. Yeah, this would do. Maybe I should bring them down a little. Okay. So let me bring this down. Fine. Then let me just select this one and turn off the grid. The grid is confusing. Let me turn off the grid and rotate it a little. Okay, that's fine. Select this two, press E and rotate. That's cool again. Yeah, the shape is because the shape is a different one, this doesn't fit properly there. Anyway, when we detail, we can change the shape and structure. and select this object and let me put it here. Yeah. So this part, I just want to name this as look at this one, this is neck. So this is a neck. So just save the file. Go to my display, heads up display. I don't want this poly count. So here, as of now, we just created a head with the neck. It's a beige mesh. Look at this one. So since it's a beige mesh, we need to model it separately. Whereas we focus again on the neck part in the next video. Thank you guys.